Hey guys, so this message is going to be for the Divine Masculine. This is going to be advice from Spirit. Your cards are pretty interesting. I'm using the Dragon's Oracle cards and my Draconis Tarot cards, along with my Wisdom of the House of Night as well. It's pretty funny how they link up together as I'm like pulling the cards and I'm like putting two and two together and everything, and I'm like, wow, this is seriously crazy. We have the Warrior card here. Okay, this is from the House of Night. Masculines, you are the warrior. Obviously, the toughest jobs are given to the warriors, God's warriors, warriors of the night, whatever. I'm going to read a little bit to this, or to you from this. But just by intuitively looking at it, a lot of you guys have experienced, you have experienced a lot of turmoil, a lot of hate, a lot of people and negative energies coming towards you because of misunderstandings and everything. It's like you're always the one to take the beating. You're always the one to take the blame because you're the masculine. It's easier for everybody to just throw their shit and their load on you. And I feel like there's a lot of like wounds and battle scars on you guys, and sometimes the scars are internal, and just because people don't see them on the outside, it doesn't mean that you have not experienced some type of war. You know what I mean? They could be wounds from the heart, from the soul, the mind, especially growing up, and relationships that you've been through and all that stuff. So let me go ahead and read this to you. This is number 2 in the deck. Okay, so it says, whatever you are experiencing right now, masculines, all will be well. If your question is regarding love, this card represents someone who is deeply committed, protective, and kind to you. Friendship and love are sacred, and these qualities are important for a relationship to grow. If this person doesn't have these qualities, then move on. For I will send you someone with a true warrior spirit instead. Just like you. Remember, life is about learning and discerning who is true and who is not. There is another message here to consider. Do you embody these qualities in yourself? Now is a good time to think about how committed you are to your path. Now, for my masculines who have not recognized these qualities in themselves and realize that the person that you're with or wants to be with you, you could be also pushing them away with your ways as well, and you may not be seeing it either. And you have to remember, like, when you do that to a feminine or whatever, not all of you do that, but for those who are constantly like ignoring or pushing them away without even consciously realizing it, because fucking feminines realize everything, even a fucking new mole that you got on your body and shit, they'll recognize that. I just lost my train of thought. I just lost my goddamn train of thought. So, where was I going with this? Shit. Oh yeah, when you push your feminine away, it's like you can't expect them to always continuously be there for you, because then Spirit is going to send someone their way that could be a warrior, that could also teach you a lesson like, hey, you didn't step up. You weren't the warrior you were supposed to be for them and for yourself. You know what I mean? So you can't be upset or mad when someone else comes along. But like I said, some of you guys are stepping up to the plate and you are being the warrior. You are being the one that's okay with taking the hits and stuff like that. But at the same time, you guys are also the ones teaching the feminines to be stronger. By your actions, by what you do and what you don't do, you're also helping them to become stronger and step up to their masculine energy. Because we all have the yin and the yang within ourselves, the feminine and masculine. Sometimes when we are in the energy too much of one, there's an imbalance, right? And not a lot of people want to believe that, but it's true. It becomes, and there's an imbalance. So next to that, we have the obedience card. Speaking about balance, there's a scale that she's holding on to right here. I'm going to read that to you. 48. Okay, so it says, what rules are you considering when you ask your question? You will be sorry if you are going to break a rule that is in place to protect you and others. Even though you may not like authority right now, this is a time to obey what has already been set in motion. This is the time to learn the lay of the land and to follow the customs that keep things in order. Learn the steps of the dance before you attempt to change them to suit you. Okay? Masculines, you cannot break the order that the universe has. You can fight against it, yes, but that delays things, that puts you off your course and off the path and everything, and it just creates chaos. So if you are drawn, let's say one day you wake up and you're drawn and you have your feminines on your mind and you're drawn to do something, you need to take action on that, because above that we have the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is all about taking action. The energy of the now, what you're feeling, and taking action upon that, right? When you go against that, when you ignore it or when you fight it, that's like going against the law of the universe. That's going against your soul's will, you know, because you're trying to suppress it. You're trying to avoid something from happening, when really, if you're drawn to do something or say something, you got to do it, because that's the energy that you're taking on at the moment. And that's how you learn things. That's how you experience things. It's like you need to have a little bit more obedience for what the universe and the angels and, you know, your higher self is urging you to do. Okay, so next to that we have the Deceit card. So just by looking at this intuitively, not a lot of your feminines are there to raise you up. A lot of them may pretend to be that way, and a lot of them may have an agenda for their own selfish reasons and purpose. So you have to use discernment, guys, because a lot of your feminines could be putting on the energy of the divine feminine, when really behind the mask they could be someone who's very deceitful. Okay, so you got to be careful. If you get a bad vibe or whatever, you know what you got to do. You know how to act towards that. Don't ignore your intuition either, because a lot of them are either trying to control you, or if they are going against the energies, whether that's if you're called to pull back from your feminine because the universe needs to teach them a lesson, and your job is to not do nothing, and they get mad because of that, and they'll try to do like jujus or witchcraft or whatever it is to try to manipulate that and go against the current or the law of the universe. That will create chaos. That will create some shit. Same thing for the masculines, because I know my masculines be doing jujus too, and it doesn't always have to be candle magic or stuff like that. It's the intention that you put into something, whether that's looking at somebody's picture and carrying some type of vibration, and the intention you put in that photo while you're staring at it, that's also juju. Or if you're trying to manifest something with your feminine, that's the law of attraction. That is also juju. It's a ritual. It's magic. It truly is. Everybody thinks that, oh, if you're not fucking cutting yourself or lighting candles, it's not juju. No. Juju and magic are in different forms. It's all about the intention. So if you have bad intentions, that will also come back to you. And if you're perceiving that onto your feminine, they're going to perceive that onto you, because you guys mirror each other. So you have to be careful about your intentions and the vibration that you carry within each other and around each other. So let me go ahead and read that Deceit card. 38. Excuse me, my nose is a little clogged. It says, in the house of night, there is one who has betrayed herself and all those who look up to her. In your case, you. So you could have betrayed yourself, okay? You could have betrayed yourself, self-sabotage, and all those who look up to you. I am also warning you that someone may be stabbing you in the back. Regardless of the circumstances of your question, I warn you about deceit. There will be a price to pay for betrayal in all forms. Only you know how much it will cost. That said, although the energy of betrayal can be seductive, I am stronger. You are forewarned. So, masculines, this is the universe warning you that not everybody that you're engaged with or sleep with are wishing good upon you. They're not, it's very important to remember how you take care of yourself, how you protect yourself, because on top of that, we have the nine of wands, which is the card of protection, letting you know that you are protected no matter what. But this is also a warning, because if they're warning you and letting you know you are protective, it does not mean you're going to sit there and take it and let shit happen. No, it's also putting on your armor and protecting yourself from negative energies, and also protecting yourself from your fucking self. From self-sabotaging yourself, or thinking negative about yourself and thinking you're not good enough, or whatever the case may be. That's also you also needing to protect yourself from your darker side. You remember that. It could also be a warning that, hey, if you want things to work out with you and you're feminine, you gotta look at yourself in the fucking mirror. And how are you protecting yourself? When you protect yourself, you're also protecting your feminine. Are you allowing certain negative energies to affect you, to stick with you? Are you sleeping with the wrong people? If you're sleeping with negative fucking ratchet ass people, guess what the energy you're going to be carrying? That same shit. And you're going to project that onto somebody who does not even deserve to be stained by that type of energy. So that's what you got to remember. Not everybody you sleep with, who knows what that person that you're sleeping with or whatever is carrying negative energy, fucking demons or whatever, and you're sitting there like embracing yourself in them, and then you carry their shit. Oh no, you got to be more mindful and more careful about who you hang out with and who you trust in your energy field. We have the Hermit card here. And this is all about sacred knowledge. This is all about the wisdom that you carry from experiences, knowing what to do and what not to do. It's funny because the Hermit card, it has a lot to do with this oracle card that came out for you. It's called the Green Gold Dragon from Sirius. Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual path. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. So be the one to teach the feminines certain lessons. Yes, you have your role to play too, and teaching the feminine at the same time. You are teaching yourself. You're becoming wise because of your experiences, your fuck-ups. Doesn't mean that you can embrace and that, and that self-sabotaging energy all the time. You learn from your mistakes, you forgive yourself, and you move on, and you look at it as a lesson learned, right? So I'm going to read to you the Green Dragon from Sirius. It says, the guidance message here is, drawing this card suggests you invite these luminous beings to swirl around you, touching your chakras with the sacred geometry of the universe. Then ask them to tune you in to any aspect of higher knowledge you can bring forward now. Sit quietly and allow this to happen. You may receive a download of information. It could also be telepathic communication from your feminine too, and from your higher beings. You may receive a download of information, or various keys and codes you carry in your soul may light up. If so, you will become a transmitter who broadcasts sacred knowledge. Through you may not be consciously aware of it, though you're not consciously aware of the knowledge that's coming through, and how is it, who's bringing that or giving that to you. It says this is a very powerful dragon, so notice subtle changes in your thoughts and attitudes. Your dreams may reveal memories from your travels with the wonderful green gold dragon from Sirius. So pay very close attention to your dreams, guys, because if you have been, praying for answers in regards to something or someone, you will be getting those downloads via dream world or daydreams, or all of a sudden you wake up and you feel like fucking Einstein, and you have all kinds of information to share to the world around you, and also your feminine, where they learn things from you, whether that's how you speak to them and your actions. But remember to practice what you fucking preach. Because if you're preaching something and your actions say something else, that's becoming fake and false. Okay? So then we have Air and Water Dragon. Helps you connect to higher frequencies. Trust your intuition, develop your psychic abilities, and be open to enlightenment. Express your inner song. I love it. You guys have 2 green cards too, and green is the color of the heart chakra. So let me go ahead and read this one. It says, call on your blue and green air water dragon to enter your third eye to awaken and activate your higher 5th dimensional abilities. This will bring you crystal clear clarity and new vision and awareness of life. Your third eye is a very sensitive psychic center, and when it is 5th dimensional, the air and water dragons clarify and protect it and enhance your ability to use it for the highest good. They then enable you to connect to Neptune, the planet of higher spirituality. To open to new enlightened understanding, choosing this card calls on you to use your intuition as well as your spiritual knowledge and wisdom to see everything from an illuminated perspective. Air and water dragons will then surround you and enable your life to flow. They will attune you so that your voice expresses the true notes of your soul. Okay, so always pay attention to your intuition. And if you're, like I said, if your intuition is telling you to do something, take action. Don't ignore it. Knight of Wands here, okay? It's all about the fire. It's all about the energy of the now. It's all about the energy and the action you take during those downloads and the intuition that's coming toward to you and what you feel inside your body. What else we have here? Connect to the higher frequencies. What else am I getting with this? So also, masculines, if you have been holding back communication or some type of action that you know you need to take, because a lot of the times you feel drawn to do it and then you don't do it because of ego and pride, and that shit gets in the way, and that's how you self-sabotage, because you're not aligned with your intuition and how it's trying to guide you. You could be, you know, throwing your guide away, your higher self, your higher guide away, and that's not right. So remember to take action upon those feelings and energies. Okay, and then we have, obviously, the Nine of Wands. We were talking about protection and how you also need to protect yourself from negative energies and feminines who are, you know, they could be false for you or using you in some type of way, or you feel like you need to protect yourself from that feminine. Because they're not completely aligned. And a lot of the times, if you are, let's say you are with a twin, you found your twin flame, and she's not aligned, she's not balanced, she still has a lot of lessons, and your intuition, your order from the universe is telling you, back up a little bit, don't respond in certain ways or whatever, because her energy will screw yours up in some way. It'll just like fuck shit up. That's why certain laws and orders energetically are set into motion. If you are feeling the need to protect yourself or to back off, or there's a reason why there's no communication or reconciliation, it's because the feminine needs to be worked on. They need to learn lessons, and you yourself also need to learn lessons before you guys come into union and become balanced and become each other's balance. So the last card that came out for you is the Deep Blue Dragon. It says, keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Trust that you are protected. Walk on a path of light. Funny, we're just talking about protection, right? Okay, so we have, this card is suggesting that you call on the deep blue dragons to protect you or your loved ones. Visualize a protecting army of deep blue dragons gliding in front of you wherever you walk or drive. Let them precede you into your home or office. Ask them to dive into the ground below your house to consume all lower energies. Ask them to keep an area of a kilometer around you totally clear. Relax and trust that it's happening, because the deep blue dragons are transmuting the lower emotions of those in your vicinity. You are no longer moving through the dense energies of other people. Notice how much lighter and happier you feel. You can serve the planet by asking deep blue dragons to dive under your shopping mall, schools, big buildings, or anywhere you feel they are needed to consume dense vibrations. Okay, so also with this what I was picking up as I was reading that, okay, with the whole protection, the Nine of Wands. Okay, let's say your feminine is the one being deceived by a karmic partner, and you are their warrior. You're the one that comes in to save them when it's time, and you know what I mean, like, but you have to wait for divine timing and everything like that. Know that you are being protected during that, and know that your feminine is also protected. Let's say if you are guided to back away so that your feminine could be guided by their angels as well, and you're a little afraid because maybe their masculine is abusive or whatever, you're afraid they're going to corrupt her or something, you have to have faith that they are also being protected. You can also send them protective energies too, okay? Because I know a lot of feminines also send that protective energy to their masculines as well. So it only makes sense that you guys also return the favor. But remember about intentions and energy, it's all the same shit as juju and stuff. So make sure it's all positive. It's very hard to snap out of a negative mindset, especially if you're around certain people that cause you to be that way. And that's when you have to learn how to master your emotions and master how you think and react towards situations, okay, so that you guys can be more balanced and more aligned together before anything can come into union and work out for you guys' highest good. All right, so that's the advice that Spirit has for you, masculines. I hope this made some sense. I hope you take this, you know. I hope you don't just toss it around and be like, okay, cool, next. No, it's all about learning the lessons, and it's all about following the guidance. Okay, guys? All right. Love you. Bye.